Every single day in Vietnam, there's an official document working behind the scenes to keep millions of us safe from fire. It's called Government Decree 79, and it's basically the official rulebook for fire prevention. So today, we're going to break down exactly what those rules are, and more importantly, what they mean for you. Think about it. From a massive skyscraper in Ho Chi Minh City all the way to a cozy family home in a Hanoi alley, every single building is covered by a set of official rules designed to stop fires before they start. But what are they really? Well, let's dive in and find out by going straight to the source. Okay, so the government's answer to that big question is this really comprehensive legal document. You can think of it as the master plan, or the blueprint for fire safety across the entire country. And here it is, Decree 79, which was issued back in 2014. The best way to think about it is as the detailed instruction manual for the bigger, broader law on fire prevention. It takes all those general principles and turns them into specific, concrete rules that everyone has to follow. So who exactly does this apply to? Well, the short answer is pretty much everyone. Article 2 spells it out. It covers all agencies, all organizations, and, this is the important part for most of us, all households, or hộ gia đình, and every single individual person in Vietnam. Yep, you heard that right. There are no exceptions. All right, so how does this whole blueprint actually play out where we live? In our homes and in our neighborhoods. This is where these rules get really personal. You see, the decree makes this really crucial distinction between two levels of responsibility. On one hand, you've got Article 9, which focuses on the individual household, what happens inside your own four walls. But then, Article 8 zooms out to look at the entire residential area. It's covering the big picture stuff, like making sure fire trucks can get through, having community response plans, and even maintaining a trained local fire team. So for your own home, Article 9 gives you a super clear, actionable checklist. First up, you have to secure all your heat sources. That means everything from kitchen stoves to electrical devices. Second, you have to properly store and arrange anything that's flammable. And third, every single home is required to have suitable firefighting equipment, like a fire extinguisher, ready to go. Okay, so let's scale up from our homes to the public spaces we all use. Think malls, offices, hotels, and hospitals. And as you'd probably guess, the bigger the building and the more people there are, the stricter the rules get. A lot stricter. This number right here is the critical trigger in the regulations, 5,000 cubic meters. Now, that might sound a little abstract, but it's roughly the size of a 5-story apartment building, or maybe a medium-sized hotel. The moment a building hits this size, it gets classified as a high-risk facility, and a whole different, much more demanding set of safety rules kicks in. So, what do these stricter rules actually mean in the real world? Well, Article 7 lays it all out. These places have to have visible safety signs and escape maps everywhere. They need their own trained on-site fire team. They must have a government-approved emergency plan. And critically, they've got to have fully working tech systems, from fire alarms to sprinklers. We've talked a lot about prevention, but what happens when the worst-case scenario happens and a fire actually breaks out? Well, the law is very, very specific about your legal responsibilities in that moment. Article 22 is crystal clear about your 3 legal duties if you discover a fire. First, you have to immediately alert everyone you can. Second, report it. That means calling the fire police or local authorities. And third, you have to assist in the response. But, and this is a huge but, only if it's safe for you to do so. The law wants you to help, but it absolutely does not want you to become another casualty. Okay, in the absolute chaos of a fire, with different groups responding and people rushing around, this is maybe the most important question. Who is actually in charge? Because confusion in that moment can be deadly. So the law sets up a really clear and absolute chain of command. And here's the answer, straight from Article 28. It is totally unambiguous. The ultimate authority is the fire commander, and that person is defined as the highest-ranking officer from the fire police who is present at the scene. As soon as that officer arrives, everyone else falls under their command. It ensures there's a single, decisive leader managing the crisis. So, when you pull all of these different pieces together, the rules for homes, for big buildings, for emergencies, a really powerful central theme starts to emerge from Decree 79. This isn't just some list of rules. It's a framework for a collective duty. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it?
The whole point of the decree is to create a culture of safety, where preventing fires and responding to them is a shared duty for all of us, not just something we leave to the fire department.
You can really think of this system as layers of protection. It all starts with us, with individuals as the first line of defense. Then you have business owners who have a duty to protect their staff and customers. Above them, local governments organize the community resources. And finally, the fire police provide that expert oversight and, when needed, the ultimate command. Each layer is there to support the others. And that brings us to our final thought. Now that you understand the blueprint, take a look around your own home, your apartment building, your neighborhood. Do you see the pieces in place? Ask yourself, is my community truly prepared? Because at the end of the day, knowing the rules is the very first step to making sure we all stay safe.